Hey guys, Baba here. Last time we left off, we were working on my Temple Audio Solo 18 pedal board, and we managed to get the IEC mod for all the power supply needs on the bottom of the board. Last time we actually used the stock plug that comes with the Quad Cortex to power everything, but I went ahead and decided to beef it up and get a dedicated power supply that's going to be more reliable and maybe even provide cleaner power to the Quad Cortex. And there's so many different options out there as long as you supply the Quad Cortex with 12 volt, 3 amp power to the unit. You're going to be okay. I've heard some people say they can get away with, either doing 2 amps or 2.5 amps, but I decided to go with a solid 3 amp supply going into the unit. That way I'm not going to have any issues whatsoever. So there's a lot of good options out there. You got the Shokes. I've even seen people use some other brands of power supplies that meet the needs of the Quad Cortex, and those options could be viable based on what your needs are. Most of them can supply power to the Quad Cortex as well as give you extra power in case you want to hook up any other pedals to your pedal board. Now, I didn't necessarily want to cheap out on the power of my pedal board, but I also didn't want to break the bank. However, another viable option that people were discussing on those boards was the Sweetfoot pedals ISO for your Quad Cortex. And what's cool about this company is that you can get it customized to either fulfill the needs of your Quad Cortex as well as having extra power for other pedals as well, and it doesn't break the bank as much. Now, I decided to browse on the Sweetfoot website, and lo and behold, he actually had a offer me button for a power supply of your choosing, and I decided to just go ahead and give it a Hail Mary. And what I did was I offered him, I'd say about 50% of the cost of the pedal, of the power supply unit, in exchange for me doing this YouTube video. So technically this is not a sponsored YouTube video. I just went ahead and just threw it out there, and he actually went ahead and accepted the deal that, okay, I'll let go of the power supply unit for about 50 USD. And here I am staying true to my word, and I want to go ahead and make a YouTube video because there's not too many YouTube videos on this unit. And if you're looking for a reliable power source for your Quad Cortex, I think this is the one that you're going to want to go with. Okay, and here is the unit itself. And keep in mind that when you order this power supply unit off the website, you have a lot of customizable options for the artwork as well as the color casing of the case. And in my case, I thought the hot bubble pink with the Pikachu looked really, really cool. And this is one of the characters I main in Smash. So I figured, okay, this is something that relates to me. He's also got some really other cool designs like a Tesla, and he's also got some character from Spaceballs, and he's got all kinds of stuff in there that might meet your needs better than mine does. But yeah, I decided to go with the Pikachu with the hot pink. I thought it looked really cool. And another thing I decided to throw in there for $10 extra is to get a angled basically AC power cable. That way, unlike the stock Quad Cortex power where it's a straight angle like this, this will be a lot more flush with the pedal board, and it'll be easier to tuck into backpacks and whatnot, and less chance of it coming out due to something hitting from the side. So I decided to go ahead and skip the boring installation video. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in there, and I'll show you the end results. And then what I want to do is I want to see if we can do a power test comparison between the stock plug that comes with the Quad Cortex as well as this. There might not be any difference at all, but I figured it would be a good test to see if there is a difference with the noise that will be basically getting filtered out through this thing compared to the stock plug. So let me go ahead and install this, and then we'll come back and report and see how it performs in terms of noise. Stay tuned. All right, so I just got done finishing installing the Sweetfoot ISO based power supply, and I gotta say it's much easier than the last time when I used this AC mains to IAC converter. And as you could tell, it just looks so much cleaner now. Not as much stuff going down, just a couple of cables. And I actually had to use one of the large base plates because that's all I had left. I guess I used up all the small and mediums to stick the Sweetfoot ISO base, which by the way is really, really light. So that thing's definitely not going anywhere. And I managed to just have enough room to stick the screw right in between the wah and the Quad Cortex unit. And everything worked out good. Everything fits perfectly. very clean. I could probably fit some other crap in there if I ever want to. So right now, let's go ahead and hook it up and compare the stock power supply to the Sweetfoot and see if we can get any kind of noise difference going on in there. Okay, so what you're hearing now is the Freeman 100 Rhythm factory preset. And I left it on the highest gain one, which is Scene D, which has both boosts on. It's two XLRs going out into my Focusrite 18i20, and the instrument mode is not enabled, and I just have both at 50% for the gain going into Ableton with no effects or anything on there. I disabled the gate, and I have it hooked up to my Solar A1.8C, which actually is a pretty noisy guitar. So what you're hearing now is the noise with the Sweetfoot ISO bass power supply. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the stock power supply just by itself, and let's compare the noise levels with the same patch. Okay, and now we have the stock power supply plugged into the same outlet that I used earlier, and that's going straight into the Quad Cortex. Same exact patch, same exact configuration, and mind you, the heater is on. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference, but even better if it is, because we get a good sense of what it's doing to the power in my apartment. And here's the noise for this. All right, so that concludes the test. I'm not gonna know until I go back and watch the archive of the video to see if the frequency analyzer is about the same as the stock as it is with the Sweetfoot power supply. But you know, if it is somewhat close, then that's actually a good thing for Quad Cortex owners, meaning that the stock power supply that it comes with is actually somewhat reliable. But then again, I won't know until I go back and check it out myself. So you guys let me know what you think. In my opinion, even for the stock price of $80, $90, this does seem like a really reliable way to power up the Quad Cortex. And yeah, I'm very happy with it. So if you guys want, go ahead and check them out. And let me know what you guys think of the video. Give me a shout out in the comments, and let's go ahead and discuss about other power supplies that you think might be better than the Sweetfoot. All right, guys, till next time, cheers.